And she's like, what's Tnkr? And then she contacted us, and she had to wait 3 months. And she said it was such a long 3 months that the night before, she said she could not sleep.
Wow.
And then she got into the program, and she got 3 tutors. And she just said she felt like she was walking on air. And that now she has tutors who can correct her pronunciation, can help guide her.
안녕하세요. 통일공감의 신지은입니다. 오늘은 미국인 게스트가 나와 계십니다. 1990년대 처음 한국에서 영어 선생님으로 시작을 하셨습니다. 그리고 지금은 북한을 떠나 한국으로 온 탈북자들의 영어 교육에 무엇보다 누구보다 앞장서고 계신 분인데요. 바로 TNKR의 공동대표를 맡고 계신 케이시 씨입니다. 케이시 씨가 탈북자들을 교육하시면서 어떤 생각을 갖고 계신지, 또 남북의 통일에 대해서는 어떻게 생각을 하고 계신지 지금 바로 만나서 들어보도록 하겠습니다. Hi, Casey.
Hi, how you doing?
I really wanted to meet you, so thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
I'm happy you want to meet me.
You taught English and you teach English for people who left North Korea, right?
Well, I don't do the actual teaching. So the organization is called Teach North Korean Refugees, Tnkr.
Tnkr.
And what we do is we connect North Korean refugees with volunteer tutors and coaches.
일주일에 한두 번씩 벌써 석 달째 계속된 원어민 영어 수업 덕분에 국내 적응이 한결 편해졌습니다.
발음 이런 거는 한국식 발음이라고 하지만 그래도 영어니까 북한 사람도 이해하기가 제일 어렵거든요. 그런 점에서는.
한국에서 잘 살기 위해서라도 영어가 필요하겠죠.
그렇죠.
이 같은 무료 영어 강습을 주선한 것은 미국인 케이시 라티그 씨가 2013년 설립한 TNKR입니다. 북한 이탈 주민들에게 영어를 가르친다는 의미를 가진 이 단체를 통해 북한 이탈 주민 216명이 원어민에게 무료로 영어를 배웠습니다.
So the refugees can choose as many coaches and tutors as they think they can handle. Sometimes they choose too many.
Can I choose 10 people?
Well, you know what? Actually, so you're South Korean.
Yeah.
We do allow South Koreans in the program as long as they're doing something to help North Koreans.
If I can teach Korean, can I learn English from there?
Oh, okay. You don't have to teach Korean to them? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you have to teach Korean to me.
Yeah.
And then you can join the program.
Really?
No. Actually, as long as you show that you're doing some kind of work to help North Korean refugees, we will let people in the program. Okay, let me go through the numbers. So we've had about 180 North Korean refugees, about 280 volunteer tutors and coaches, and about 15 South Koreans have studied through our program, free tutors. Right.
15.
So about 15, and they love it. Of course, they love it. Maybe they keep it a secret. Yeah, but I do just want to explain one thing about it. So this program has 2 main parts. So one part is called, what we call it track 1, Finding My Own Way. So that's the part where they concentrate on improving themselves with languages. English is the main one, but we've also had Spanish and Latin tutors.
Oh.
Yes, because we had one young man who wants to become a lawyer. So Latin is useful because of the word roots. Track 2 is for those who want to do public speaking, for business, for school, for public advocacy also. So we also have this special program where we match them with coaches. And the key thing is about choice. They can choose as many tutors and coaches as possible. One of our refugees in the program worked with 18 tutors last year. Another one just selected 8 tutors to study with for the summer. So she meets with them, they meet with them one-to-one.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's for free.
Really nice.
Yes, it is.
So when did you start out these whole things?
Lee Han-so. She's the first refugee to give a talk on TED. So I saw the power of what she was able to do to attract people to this North Korean issue. So when I met Eun-gu Lee, she is a researcher for about North Korean issues. and she wanted to do something more meaningful. And she saw what I was doing with Muamang Cho. We started talking about how we could work together. And then the thing we came up with is Tnkr. Because I told her, you know what? Why don't we do the same thing that I'm doing with the Muamang Cho School? We can do that for adults. So March 2013, we had a session with several North Korean refugees who had been teachers in North Korea. And we matched them with volunteer tutors. And it was a lovely session.
Yeah.
So they had been teachers in North Korea, but because their English is not very good, it's very tough for them to become teachers in South Korea. So we recognized, why don't we try to do something to help them? And we had another session with an NGO called Now.
So how did you find all refugees who want to learn English?
Okay, well, in the beginning, we did have to recruit. And first of all, my friends, my network, and then my co-director, Lee Eun-gu, her network also. But now they find us. Yeah, it's great. In fact, I mean, I had one refugee email me on her birthday, just, hi, teach me English?
It's English?
Yeah, and I've had other refugees find me now on Facebook
Yeah.
and just ask me directly. And we have a long waiting list also. I've had some contact me directly and say they don't want to wait. But we use every way possible. Conferences, wherever I go, I meet refugees, I recruit them. But the beautiful thing now is we don't look for them anymore. They refer their friends to us, they come back to us, and they find us.
Wow.
I know, it's great.
Yeah,
like
it's
I said,
great
we have
change, right?
Yeah, we have a waiting list of 50 of them now, so that's from them. We're not looking anymore. I mean, believe me, because we feel bad because they have to wait. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why we came up with the in-house tutoring, so they can study while they wait.
So let's talk about Yeonmi Park.
Okay.
Your adorable student, right? How was the first moment when you first saw her?
Actually, nothing special.
Nothing special.
Really, nothing special. And the reason I say that is because when I first met her, I met her December 2012. And it was at an event with several different refugees there. And at that time, her English was not good. Now, she was not at the ABC level, but maybe more like the DEF level. So she had advanced beyond just the basics, but her English was not good, and she didn't say very much to me. And then we stayed in contact, but not closely.
Yeah.
She came back December 2013. We stayed in contact, but again, not closely or anything. She said that she wanted to improve her English like crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. So this is December 2013. She came to a session January 2014, and I think she got like 5 teachers.
Wow.
And maybe 6. I forgot how many she got exactly. But she was studying about 35 or 40 hours a week, one-to-one with tutors. Now, I want to be clear. She learned on her own. So she was watching friends, listening to TED Talks all the time. She was studying intensively on her own. But where our program came in, she got the chance to practice.
Yeah, desire is actually the most important thing to learn, right?
Oh yes. So she had, and she's got it now too. I mean, people don't know how much she reads. They don't know how much she thinks about the world and her place in it. They just see, oh, cute little North Korean lady, but she's much deeper than that. And one day people will find out just how much she knows about so many things that she doesn't talk about now, because she's always reading and thinking and analyzing.
Yeah, so she's now in the United States, right?
Yeah, she's in the U.S. now.
What do you want to say to Yeonmi Park?
Well, I want to tell her, Yeonmi, the world is calling you. Answer the phone. So she's in the middle of her book tour now. And so In Order to Live is the title of the book. And she's got people all over the world. So I'm kind of like the high school coach. My star player has now gone off to the NBA. And, it's like a great thing. I'm just so happy when I see all of her success.
People often ask me, how can we help North Koreans? There are many ways, but I would like to mention 3 for now. 1. Educate yourself so you can raise awareness about human crisis in North Korea. 2. Help and support North Korean refugees who are trying to escape to freedom. 3. Petition China's stop repatriation. We have to shed a light on the darkest place in the world.
And what's important here is we actually take it for granted granted that kids go to school to learn something, and we are educated in some way. But actually, I think Korean must know that that is not true in North Korea, right?
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Right. You know, okay, so my program is Tnkr, and I'm still somewhat connected with the Muilmangcho School. I can mention something about that. So that program has preferences about who can get into the school. They must apply. First preference is for orphans. Second preference is for those who they have probably a mother who was sold into the sex industry in China or sold to a farmer. And then the third preference is for those with just tough stories and under the age of 25. So for example, and so with some of those youngsters, they never went to school in North Korea. And so this is the first time for them to learn. And I think South Koreans cannot imagine that kind of thing now. Now, maybe 6 decades ago in South Korea, it might have been the same, where people were not going to school. But now, it's just expected. Well, here, you should go to college. You know, I mean, here, you should be thinking about graduate school now. So, but in North Korea, a lot of people don't go to school. Now, things are getting better probably, but of course, during the famines of the 1990s, when lots of people starved, I mean, there was no reason for them to go to school because they were starving. So, I mean, a lot of people do take education for granted. I'm not one of those people. I mean, for me, it's like it's important to learn. There's the old saying that knowledge is power. Yeah. So if you want to have an impact on the world, it is good that you're someone who's educated. Right.
Can you give some example? You know, the case. You have lots of experience to teach, right?
And one of them, she told us a story that she tried to get into another program, but there were some restrictions, so she could not. For like 5 months, she lobbied, let me in. But then they told her one day, okay, why don't you try Tnkr? And she's like, what's Tnkr? And then she contacted us, and she had to wait 3 months. And she said it was such a long 3 months that the night before, she said she could not sleep.
Wow.
And then she got into the program, and she got 3 tutors. And she just said she felt like she was walking on air. And that now she has tutors who can correct her pronunciation, can help guide her. Now, we make it clear to the refugees, you must do self-study. So don't just rely on the teachers. But when they come in, they're so energetic, and so they really want to learn. And that's one reason that our tutors, they're volunteers, but they're willing to give up so much time to help the refugees because they can see how important it is for them that they improve their English. And of course, about the volunteers, just to mention about them. So we also ask them why they want to join the program. And they give a variety of reasons. So some of them want to join just because they're interested about North Koreans. And then some of them want to join because they want to get involved. And this is a way for them to get involved directly. Some of them are already involved, and this is a way for them to be even more deeply involved. And then there are some are teachers, they don't care about North Korea, but they realize that these are people who are desperate to improve their English. So they enjoy it. And then some other teachers will tell us that, they teach children and they just want to teach adults. This is like an opportunity. And then some of them are just volunteer hoppers. They just hop from volunteer opportunity. So then our program is another one. So there are a variety of reasons that they join. But the great thing is that we always have a waiting list of tutors. So they're volunteers. I'm a volunteer also for it, and my co-director is a volunteer. We have volunteer staff members, but the tutors also give up so much of their time, and they love it.
Great story.
All right, well, it's true.
So lastly, do you have anything to say to Korean?
No.
No?
No, I'll say this.
yeah.
Donate to our program. That's it.
That's
because
exactly what I
we're
want
all
you to say.
volunteers. Yes, we're
Yeah.
all volunteers, and our program does need support. And we can do our program for free and at a low level, or we could get more support, and obviously we can do more. It's like years ago,
Yeah.
a friend of mine asked me, if you got $1 million, what would you do differently? And I said, nothing, except first class. No more economy. So same thing with our program. We can do it at the free economy level, or if we can get some support, we can actually do it at a higher level.
Thank you
All right,
so
thank you.
much
All
for
right.
being here.
All right.
Today I discuss about everything about you and your Tnkr,
Right.
and it was really great time for me,
All
and
right.
it was a great honor for me to meet you here.
Well, thank you very much. Well, I'm honored.
So
Thank
let's
you.
meet at your office.
Okay, all right.
next time.
Yes, in Itaewon.
Okay.
Yes.
네, 오늘은 이렇게 한국에서 TNKR이라는 단체를 꾸려서 열심히 우리 한국 통일을 돕고 있는 케이시를 만났습니다. 케이시,
Yes.
people all around the world can see this program. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, join us. Get involved. Get involved with helping North Korean refugees so they can find their way and tell their stories. Our organization is teachnorthkoreanrefugees.org.